Hello, everyone. It is the Prophet Michael David, aka Aries, and today we are going to talk about if I'm so smart and so good with numbers, then why don't I just use it to get all rich and powerful? All right, that screenshot is the website of the Japanese company that's offering the 120 million yen, which is around $1 million, American dollars, for the College solution, which I'm giving to you guys for free. But that's only getting a little bit rich using prime numbers. I could get way richer, like richest person ever to walk the earth, and I will explain. Oh, and that's the new Veritasium video that just came out in the last 24 hours, and I already solved it. Um, and that's going to be my next video. I did solve it, Scout's Honor. But it is related to the College conjecture. It's a prime number problem, so yeah, I'm definitely going to go after that. But before I talk about more College information, and I'm just going to tell you how I would get rich. All right, the first way to get rich, or probably the term is wealthy, but this is like small wealthy, is just to solve those problems and write papers on the solutions and submit them to academic journals and eventually get the cash prize. Not all of them have huge cash prizes, but I could solve enough of them that I could make a substantial amount of money. There's some things that I haven't solved yet, like the Riemann hypothesis is much more difficult in College or perfect numbers. But yeah, that's my end goal and everything. But I could make a very good living just doing that. Not criminal at all, but also famous, but small famous and small wealthy. Second way for me to get super rich, aka wealthy, this one very sinister and illegal, but it has to do with encryption. Um, Modern encryption is based on the whole 128-bit encryption, 256-bit encryption, which is a combination of two prime numbers. So to me, a geometer, all your code is, your encryption code is a rectangle to me. And then you might say, well, are there a lot of rectangles like it? No. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a very good code. It is a singular rectangle. It's the only kind of its own in the entire universe, and it doesn't go up to infinity. There's only 128 bits or 256 bits or whatever. There are a finite amount of rectangles. And if you've watched enough of my videos and heard me talk enough, you can know that my great specialty, especially with numbers, is that um, I don't sift through all the numbers in the universe trying to find the answer. I eliminate all the things that it can't be, and then I just sift through the ones that could be possibly the correct answer. And your code is in the same thing. It's just a rectangle. All I all I have to do is eliminate all the other rectangles in the 128-bit universe, and then the rectangles that are left, check those, and eventually I crack your code. Again, I'm a prophet. I'm not a villain or a criminal. I would never actually do this. I've never actually tried any code to do it. But thought experiment, have I thought about how I would do it if you gave me some programmers and some really fast computers? Oh, yeah, very much so. I've definitely thought about how I would do it. Again, I would never do it. I'm a prophet, not a criminal. But yeah, hopefully someday in a controlled environment, where people just like randomly generate a key or pick two prime numbers and generate a key and just, I just basically break it really quickly right in front of them. Now, solving known conjectures would make me a millionaire or a multimillionaire, and cracking your personal codes and stealing money from you all would make me a billionaire until I decided to quit or I got caught. But the third way is to make myself a trillionaire, the world's first trillionaire. And while the means are legitimate, it's kind of even more sinister than breaking your codes and stealing from you all. And here's what it is. So the third way to make myself extremely wealthy, like first trillionaire wealthy, with my knowledge of prime numbers is I would become a crypto bro. I would make my own cryptocurrency, which was based on finding prime numbers. And I actually think there is one cryptocurrency that is completely based on finding prime numbers. I don't know what the name is, but even Bitcoin or the other ones, in some way, the algorithms are on finding certain numbers, and all numbers are based on prime numbers. And so, with enough analysis, I could basically monopolize any currency because I know more about prime numbers than anybody on the planet, probably anybody that's ever walked the planet. But specifically, if I invented my own crypto that was based on prime numbers, and it, like a farming game, and the key to the game would be, and this is the sinister part, is to make it as gambly and blingy as absolutely possible. I mean, we live in the world of lies, but we also live in a world where everyone seems to have an addictive personality, or at least a lot of people do, and they love to gamble money. Just notice modern sports and how much gambling is interwoven with modern sports. And so I would prey, sociopath actually is probably the best term, on those people. And the game would be finding prime numbers. And I would make it seem like everybody had an equal chance. Everybody knows they can land in 1, 3, 7, or 9. But I know so much more about everybody else that I can find them faster than anybody, which means I would gain more, prime Bitcoins than anybody, currency, until people caught on that I had an unfair advantage. And then a couple things would happen. So kind of like Bitcoin, when everyone's playing the game, everyone's spending a lot of electricity, money to find the Bitcoins. And it would be the same thing with my game. But when they found out I had an unfair advantage, at first, they would accuse me of cheating, and then they could check that there wasn't any cheating, just I had a better algorithm to find them. So then, they would basically start paying me not to farm, because when the farming's going up, everyone's making money, but I'm making the most money because I can find the most primes and everything, the most coins. But if they threaten to stop playing, then I also stop playing. And while it's kind of like the Fed in the United States, the supply of money, new money, goes away. And so the value actually, inflation goes up, but the value goes down. So they stop playing, I stop playing, and while my holdings go way down, they lose everything as well. So they have an incentive to keep playing the game, even though I have an advantage. And then even if everyone decided not to play the game with my currency, and just everyone sells and it goes down to zero and it's no more, there's still other cryptocurrencies that are still all based on numbers that I can still manipulate. I just have to find out what the algorithm is trying to find, how it relates to primes, and then make my algorithm to game that system. So basically, if people didn't like the fact that I was the first and only trillionaire, crypto trillionaire, and I know I hate saying it, I want to kick my own ass just for saying crypto trillionaire, but they either would have to totally give up crypto or live with that fact, just because I could find the stuff way better than they could. And that, in a nutshell, is how I could become the first trillionaire with cryptocurrency. But I would never do that because it seems like a horrible existence. And I'm a prophet. I'm not evil. I'm here to help you guys. All right, I know I promised to talk more about the Khaled stuff, but this video is already close to 10 minutes, and I'll just have to add that in with my perfect numbers video that I did promise you would be the next one. It's all related. It's all has to do with prime numbers and everything. And I guess I blabbed so much about crypto which I've never done before, nor will I ever do again, hopefully. That, yeah, it's just too much information and too many slides to put on this specific video. So I'll end this one a little bit short. As always, the 2 rules. Number 1, do not touch other people without their consent, aka don't hurt each other. And rule number 2, it's all about honesty, lies are takedown, aka try not to lie. All right, I'll talk to you all later.